And we're live again. Seems today has a lot better prospects than yesterday. Yesterday we were at 7 on-demand users that have listened to my show, and today we're already on 19. Which probably is mostly thanks, to my wife who was listening to a lot of my shows. But I don't think she listened to 19 of them, so I'm assuming more people are listening. Are probably tuning in and then tuning out. So this episode is named, what the fuck did I name it? I already forget. Shit, I already forgot the topic, man. This sucks. I guess we'll find out when we're finished what I named it, because I can't remember for the life of me. I was really deep in thought from the last episode. So I just kind of mind this. Oh, yeah, wait. Oh, shit. Shenanigans? I don't remember. You're looking at the title of this fucking show right now, so it's whatever. The reason I named this freedom of speech and why I'm being less offensive on this talk show is because it's relating to a different crowd. I speak many different languages, and I could speak vulgar just as well as I could speak, elegantly, with grace. And it's good to know multiple languages, because language isn't defined by, French, Spanish, English. No, there's a lot of different ways to speak, and that's called dialect. And dialect is like, you need to know how to speak rich. You need to know how to speak poor. You can speak ghetto. You could speak fucking graceful. Good English, bad English, pig Latin, fucking whatever, And I'm always going to cuss, but at least, I find the correct times to cuss to where it's fluid. And that's what, elegance is this, when you speak elegantly, that means you're speaking with grace. And to be graceful means fluid, like water. So these, my topics that turn into little run-on sentences, and probably don't have too many periods in the way that I speak, but have more so commas and not apostrophes. What the hell are they? I don't even remember the name of the thing right now, but it's a little simple thingy. It's just whatever. It's fluid, until I start talking about being fluid, and then I fuck it up, and then I have to pick myself back up. But, my mom was the one who taught me the concept of, it's good to know how to speak rich, just like it's good to know how to speak poor, because you never know where you're going to be in life. Right now I know how to speak both very well. I know how to sit at a table, and I know which spoon goes to what plate, and, which salad fork goes to which salad bowl, whatever. Freaking rich people have a lot of weird fucking habits, So, but, rich people look down on poor people, and wow, poor people have a lot of weird fucking habits, freaking the only difference is that you got more money than we do, assholes. But, my mom was the one who taught me that concept, that you never know where you're going to be in life, so it's good to know what language to speak. So, she taught me how to be a gentleman, so I could be very upper class if I wanted to be. Give me a suit and put me in the setting, and I'll be the most upper class motherfucker you ever met. You won't hear a single cuss word out of me at a fancy place. I'm going to speak even more elegantly than this. I might even use my Wilfred P. Pendergast dialect. This is Southern comfort, you see. This is when I talk with the Southern drawl, so that way I can be more comforting and friendly. Yeah, it's my salesman. Yes, for many years I did sell Kirby vacuums, and now I'm holding your entire family hostage. If you would like them back, you will have to purchase one of my Kirby vacuums at your latest convenience. Yeah, so I don't know. Freaking, it's like, it's good to know any form of language that you speak. And that's as well body language. Body language is very fucking relevant in life, because that's the strongest point of hypnosis, is body language. Because, you see, the thing is, the brain doesn't miss anything. The brain has the capability of processing everything around you, even shit you don't see, because it has perception. And what perception is something that's crafted through, a diphenhydramine. I'm going to have to look that name up. I always fuck it up. DMT, the spirit molecule, is fucking what connects us all as beings. It's found in every living thing, every plant, anything that breathes, even fish and shit. Like, it's in everything. And it can be extracted from almost anything as well. Excuse me, yeah. And, so pretty much even shit that goes on behind you. You ever fucking turn around and look at somebody because they're looking at you? You get that feeling that somebody's staring at the back of your head. That's because you're connected through the same molecule, which is DMT. So you are aware that they're looking at you. You feel the connection. And, we're all kind of like symbiotic beings. We're all interconnected in many different ways, and more people are more awake to it than others. You know, and those are called sensitive people. You know, psychics, empaths, you know, shit like that. You know, some people are, you know, spend their times devoted to learning how to be sensitive to these things. You know, I practice a lot of forms of witchcraft and psychicness, but you know, I've always found it to kind of be offensive when psychics try to charge for their services, because I feel like that defeats the purpose of a God-given gift. You know, it doesn't. If anything, I call them false prophets. You know, the Bible did warn of them, and that's because they're making a profit off their gift. You know, so put an F in their profit, and you know, for a real prophet, that'd be, you know, a PH, where they don't make profits, but they prophesize. You know, and that's just, you know, like what I do. I'm a modern prophet. That's what I fancy myself as, someone who is sent to deliver a message. You know, and that's why I've always, you know, entertained via, you know, words. Because wordplay is my favorite thing. I write, I speak, I do music, I sing, you know, and it's not too far-fetched to say that I'm a modern prophet, because the Bible did say there would be modern prophets of the modern world. You know, well, of the future world. I don't remember exactly what the quote was, but it did make a mentioning of that. But it said, beware of false prophets, which I believe anybody who charges for a prophet, you know, with a God-given gift, would be a false prophet. As far as things to talk about, I mean, this is probably going to be the last show of the night, and then I'm just going to play my game. You know, freedom of speech is important that I name this episode of the series, my talk show series, Freedom of Speech, because freedom of speech is truly the only freedom we as Americans have, and I don't think people realize that. That's the only real freedom we have, and I mean, that freedom alone really kind of creates an illusion that we have all these other freedoms that we don't. You know, the rest of our freedoms are simulated via computer or TV, you know, and then we think we have all these other freedoms, but we don't. I mean, trust me, you're more restricted than you'd ever care to know. Martial law has been imposed. I mean, you sit on your computer for a large majority of the time, especially at night. You know, and at nighttime, not many people go out anymore because there's no events taking place. And when there's an event, you don't see too many people at them either. You know, at least at nighttime events, I haven't seen too many people out at those. Most people spend their times on their computers, and they don't understand that the computer was the form in which martial law was imposed. Because now you're all fucking brain dead on your computer at night, and during the daytime you're probably still brain dead on your fucking computer. You know, shit, when you go out, it's just to get things that you need. It's not to do anything fun. You know, when was the last time you went to a fair? You know, shit. When was the last time you just went to the city for fun? You know, it's like, you don't anymore. It's not the way it works. And if you are in the city, you probably have your face in a fucking screen on your telephone, man. Fucking martial law has been imposed. They know where you're at. They know what you're saying. They know what you're doing at all times. And sadly, there's nothing you can do about it. Technology is just taking too much of a hold on society. It's part of the future. It's part of the times. You know, that sci-fi thing that, you know, we used to see on the Jetsons that we hope the world will one day be. Well, that's not the case, and I'm sorry. That's just never going to be the case, because fucking the people who have the intellect to make the world that way are either being killed or, you know, defecting to being evil. You know, and when you defect to being evil, you don't want a fucking utopian future for fucking the people who you control. You want them to think life is good. You want them to think that everything is fine and that they don't want to make a change. You want to make sure that the people you control don't want to make a change. Because the second they want to make a change, it's when you get revolutions and shit like that. So what's the best way to do? Keep them docile. Give them a little bit of what they want, like a Pokemon Go, you know, a little 90s nostalgia, you know, and then guess what? At the same time, you can monitor their location and you can get them outside for a little bit, but then the fad is going to fade probably within a week or two, which it did. And they just got a whole bunch of information on, you know, certain people who got Pokemon Go. You know, people like where they were from, the areas that they live in, little backyard areas. It's the government trying to survey the areas that fucking only townsfolk would know about. You know, you can follow Pokemon, like let's say if I was in Edna and I followed a Pokemon all the way down to Cougar Creek. Well, I know Cougar Creek better than any cop or any fucking government official would ever know it. So guess what? Now they're utilizing my phone's camera to fucking learn what I know. You know, because I'm following this Pokemon into places that I know how to get to. And it was very fucking clever, very smart. And at the same time, they increased morale with a little 90s nostalgia, like freaking everybody dreamed of being Ash Ketchum, and that was your chance to do it, and freaking you got scammed. I'm sorry. Fuck, man. I mean, that's just the best way to look at it, dude. I mean, we're in a dystopian future. This is really an authoritarian, totalitarian government and dystopian setting, and we're pretty much in the face of an apocalypse that's just never going to happen. I mean, fuck. I'm kind of grateful that Y2K and every apocalypse after fucking stopped. God damn it, 2012 was supposed to be the end of the world, and technically it was when they came out with that goddamn movie, 2012. Fuck, that movie sucked. Fuck, fucking, no, it was, the end of the world was really after Bush. 9/11 was the end of America, because, our impregnable fucking American thing got destroyed or whatever, and we fucking lost our pride, and fucking we just can't get over it. And people die. Get the fuck over it. 9/11 sucked. Guess what? I saw the plane hit the towers too, and it fucking fucked with me real bad. But you know what? Get the fuck over it. Okay? Because if you don't, then you'll never get over anything. Millions of people die every day. And you gotta remember that millions of people are born every day. So, do America and the rest of the world a fucking favor, dude. Get over it. The Twin Towers collapsed. The stock market crashed. They attacked our financial district. It was the most crazy, bizarre shit that America has ever seen. And it's in our history. And they are utilizing it and what it's done to our mentalities to keep you weak. So, the only way you could ever beat them is to get over it, man. Fucking people step on the flag, big fucking whoop. You're not stepping on the flag, are you? Fucking stop hiding behind the facade of pride. If you want real pride, then fucking do what you gotta do, man. Fucking, I'm not against people stepping on the flag, and I'm not upset about fucking upside down flags. Like, fucking, they made this video on Facebook where these two military guys, were tripping out over an upside down flag, and it was nothing like blasphemous. It just means we're in distress, which is true. It's a fucking distress signal because America is in distress. And, if you don't understand what that means, distress means we're in trouble. We're troubled and dealing with a lot of shit. And that's not untrue. So if you see somebody with an upside down flag, you should probably ask them, what's your trouble? Why are you in distress? Ask them that instead of fucking being dramatic. And stop living on a goddamn TV screen. Fucking, you're better than that, so wake the fuck up. Alright, anyways, that's the end of the show, or the segment for now. And we'll do more tomorrow. I'm going to play my game and call it a night. God bless America. I hope that one day fucking we do find ourselves again. Tomorrow it's just back to more offensive shit. I'll be doing my little sick show with my music and shit. So, for now, God bless you, America. I hope you sleep good. Go fuck yourself still, though. Whatever. Fuck Facebook.